Yeah, very good evening, everybody. I think my voice is audible to you now. Yeah. So, very good evening, everyone. As you know, I'm Nikita here. I'm from Seoak, right? So, already, in the last previous session, like that is in the last Saturday, we have did the Instagram clone, right? So, I got a like very beautiful response. Thank you for everyone. So, now today, we are going to build what? We are going to build the Instagram, sorry, it's a portfolio, right? So we are going to build the portfolio that is using of HTML and CSS, right? So here, what is the use of portfolio actually, right? So why we have took this project? So that is what is the purpose of the showcasing of our portfolio before of you? So which is because of the main reason of creating the portfolio is nothing but what, which gives you the more about yourself, right? So to represent yourself, right? To showcase yourself, so compulsory everyone should have the portfolio of yourself, right? So because of that reason, I have came with the concept called the portfolio, right? So here I have used the basic thing that is like basic concepts of the HTML and CSS, right? So just a second. Yeah. So here just I have used the HTML and CSS concept that is very very basic concepts. So now we are going to build what? Now we are going to build the portfolio. So before going to the portfolio, let me tell you the layout of a portfolio, right? So already I said you in the previous session. So first we have seen what? First we have seen the layout of the content, right? So after the layout, we have started of designing the uh, code, right? So we have started the writing of and building of an a code. So same as like that, if you want to build any project, right? So if you want to build anything, so compulsory first you need to know what, first you need to build the blueprint of it, right? So first you need to design the blueprint, which is nothing but in the terminology we call it as what, the layout, right? So now we are going to discuss about what, the portfolio. So actually, as I said you, right? So as I said you, right, so Naveen Kumar, audio is not available. Shiva Kumar, and more. Raise your voice, please. I think, is it clear to you, everyone? Right, so please comment me. Is it clear? Right. So Kishore asked me the question that what is mean by portfolio, ma'am, because I'm a beginner. Right. Very good, Kishore, for attending this one. So here I will teach you from scratch. So because in our academy, that is in the Seoak, so whether it may be the beginners or whether it may be the experienced candidates also, we are going to teach you from the scratch, right? So here I'm going to tell you first what is mean by actually the portfolio and what is the purpose of creating of a portfolio, right? So here what is meant by actually portfolio, right? So here portfolio is nothing but representing of yourself, right? So here whenever you are attending for any interview, so what you're gonna do, you are going to prepare one resume, yes or no? So resume is nothing but, so which is having of your entire skills, your achievements, certifications, projects, everything that you are going to mention in your resume, and your that resume you are going to hand out to your recruiter, right? So that is what, that is a common way of applying for a job or attending for a job. This portfolio is nothing but we are creating of our, we are showcasing of ourselves in the digital way, right? So which is nothing but we are creating of our skills, we are showcasing of our skills, that is in the form of like web pages, right? So we are creating of some web pages. So in that web page I'm including of my details here, right? So usually in the portfolio what I have included is, personally I have included is, so the first one is about myself. Okay, so about myself, so what is meant by about myself? So what is my name and what is my education, experience, like all those things I'm going to include here, right? So after that I'm going to mention what, I'm going to mention my skills over there, right? So skills is nothing but what are the languages that you're having on a good knowledge on that, right? So I'm going to mention my skills. After that I'm going to mention my certifications. Okay, and after this I'm going to mention like contact details of mine, right? Suppose here I'm going to build my web page here, that is like I'm going to build my portfolio there, and here what I'll do, I'm going to push my portfolio into my GitHub, right? So and the same link I'm going to mention in my resume, or I can update in my LinkedIn profile, right? I'm going to update some certain places over there, right? So whenever the recruiters are searching for the like web developers or whatever the position that they are having opening for that, so here if your profile was matching with that profile, so what they will do, they will contact you, right? So for the contact purpose I'm going to mention my contact details also, right? So these all the things I'm going to mention in the my portfolio here, right? So these are the things I'm going to include, right? So here for a bit of change what I did is I have created the portfolio that is on our academy, that is what, Seoak, right? So what I came up with the topic called the portfolio, so which includes the concept of the Seoak, right? So here everybody gonna prepare the portfolio by their own, so which includes of their selves, right? So here I have given is just a basic demo here, right? So which is nothing but, so I will take you a short bit of an idea how to create of a portfolio. So by using this, you can also create a portfolio. But so this is what, this is a basic portfolio. Suppose if you want to add the more animation part, or if you want to add like more some more advanced like advanced things in your portfolio, then compulsory you need to know about the entire course here, right? So here what I did is I have prepared the portfolio on the company called the Seoak. It is what? It is an edutech company. Okay now. So it is an edutech company. So first let me tell you about this one. Then we'll move to the layout and coding part, right? So here what I did is the Seoak is one of the edutech company. Now what I'm going to do here. So related to the Seoak company, what I have mentioned is, so the first thing is I have mentioned about the just a basic intro. Okay now, basic intro of an SEO. And here I have mentioned what, I have mentioned the some of the links over there, right? So where I can navigate to the SEO YouTube channel, right? So to the LinkedIn of an SEO, right? So as well as I can also navigate to the website of an official website of an SEO, right? So here I have mentioned what, I have mentioned number of navigations here. Okay, so next, after this one, I have mentioned what? I have mentioned what? The services here. What is meant by services actually? So services is nothing but, yeah, services is nothing but what are the services that the CWork was providing here, right? So here we are going to provide like multiple technologies here, right? So whether it may be the artificial intelligence, data science, machine learning, Power BI, whatever it may be, right? So these all the courses that we are providing in our academy, right? So the courses I have listed out in the services one. And the next thing that I have mentioned is, that is what? The collaborations and partnerships, right? So here, what is the purpose of mentioning of this one? So here I have learned, I have joined in one of the academy, right? I have learned something from the academy, right? So at last what you need to do is, so here you need to get a certification from the company, right? So if you get like normal certification, that doesn't use, right? So if you get a certification that gives you a more weightage in your resume, that is like worth for your money, right? So here I have mentioned what, the collaboration and partnership. So, which is let to know for the students that we have collaborated with the Wipro as well as AWS, which gives you the what, which gives you the more weightage to your resume. So that's why I have mentioned what, the collaboration and partnerships here. And after that I have mentioned what I have mentioned about the some contact details here, right? So contact details are nothing but so how you guys can contact with our academy, right? So these are the things that I have mentioned. So why I have chosen this means I have chosen the concept that is what the company, right? So which is nothing but the CEO company. It is an edutech company, right? So related to this I'm having of these concepts. But according to the person, which is nothing but according to some of the student or a developer, right? So what he need to mention, he need to mention the about himself, right? And the next one is he need to mention the skills that he is having, right? And the certifications. And the next one is contact, right? So contact details about them, right? So those are the things that you need to mention actually, right? Okay, fine. So now what we have learned now, so first we need to mention what? First we need to select the concept, right? So before going to create a portfolio, suppose if you are creating but by your own, you can mention your own portfolio. Suppose if you are giving, right? So if you are creating a portfolio for others, so first what you need to do, you need to collect the entire information about the company, right? Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do is here I'm going to write what I'm going to design some layout, right? So here layout is very very important, right? So here what is meant by actually layout, right? What is the purpose of creating of a layout, right? So actually in the previous session only, right, in the last Saturday, so I have already told you the importance of this layout, right? So now I'm going to repeat you the same thing. So here layout is nothing but before going to the build the code, so first you need to create the layout, because according to the layout only you are going to build the code. So it is like very easy to build, and you are going to get some like the clarification what you need to build, right? So okay, fine. So assume this is my web page here, and here I'm having of what a nav bar here, fine, right? So what is the use of navbar? Suppose if any of the user was visited your website, then what they need to do actually, so if you want to if they want to explore your website, so for easy purpose, for accessing of an easy purpose, you need to mention the navbar, right? So here what I did is in the navbar I have mentioned what? I have mentioned the logo of an Seoak, right? And after that, I have mentioned what? Some home page, right? Home button. And after that, I have mentioned like some services, right? And collaborations, yes or no? And after that, I have mentioned what? Some contact details here, right? Okay, fine. Now, what I did here, I'm going to mention what? I'm going to mention the large card. So, which showcase of your like introduction, right? So which is having which gonna highlight your entire web page here, right? So whatever the portfolio that you are creating here, so for the entire portfolio this was what, this was the main highlighter, right? So compulsory you need to mention this one. And here you need to design what, you need to mention the content over here, right? So whether it may be some image or whether it may be the theoretical content here, right? So after this what I'm going to do is here, if I click on this home page, it should be navigate this one. And whenever I'm clicking on the services, it should get what? It should get the like courses. What are the courses that we are providing actually, right? It should directly navigate to this one, right? And whenever I click on like collaborations, it should directly navigate to the collaboration. And whenever I click on this contact, it should get to the footer part, which is nothing but where we can mention what? Where we can mention the details of ourselves, right? So this is how we are going to design the layout here, right? So before going to the coding part, so let me show you the first output, and after that we are going to coding part, because by seeing the output only you are going to get to know very you can understand very easily, right? So let me show you the output here. Yeah, so this is what, this is an actual output of mine, right? So see here, what is the company name? The company name was Seoak, right? So here what I did is, so the first I have mentioned what, the very first I have mentioned the logo of an Seoak here, right? And after that I have mentioned what, the home button and services, collaborations, about, and contact us, right? So these are the things I have mentioned here, right? So if I click on this home, it is navigating on from here only, because what I did here, I have mentioned what, I have mentioned the main highlighter of my profile, right? So here, look at here, this is more my cursor. Whenever I'm moving my cursor towards this content, the content was getting highlighted. So this highlighted content you can create it just by using of an CSS, right? So now what I'm going to do is, so this is what, this is some of the background I have designed. I have took one of the div here. So here I have mentioned the logo of an Seoak, and if you want to mention your image, you can mention over there, right? So after that, what I did here, so see here I have mentioned, hey hi, I'm Seoak, a tech company. Suppose here if you're creating of yourself, what you'll do, so hey hi, I'm Nikita here, so a software developer, right? So that is how I can mention. So here you can write what, you can write some of the detailing about yourself, right? So if you're having of like any achievement or anything, so if you want to introduce yourself, right, if you want to detail about yourself, then you can mention it like this, right? And after this, what I did is here I have mentioned what, the mail. So if you click on this mail, so it is directly navigate to our CO official website, right? So see here, you are going to get like this. So this is our main website. Okay now. So now what I'll do here, suppose if I want to get mail, what I'll do, I can click on this contact. So here you are going to get what, you are going to get the number of our company, and the next one is you can also give a mail to our support team, that is like support at the rate of seoak.in, right? And next what I'll do is go back. Now what I'm going to do, I want to open my the Seoak Instagram page. So what I'll did here, I'm going to just click on it. So what it will do, it will open the Seoak page. But before that, you need to log in into your account, right? So this is how it will open. Whenever you are logging into your account, then it will open your Instagram page. That is like Seoak Instagram page. Okay. Again, I'm going back to the page. So here I'm having of what, the LinkedIn. When I click on the LinkedIn, it will open what? It will open the LinkedIn page. So this is what? This is our LinkedIn page of our Seoak, right? So here only you are going to get the all the updates from the Seoak, right? So if you want to get like YouTube streamings, or if you want to get any of the update from our academy, so just keep following of this one, right? And the next one we are having of what, the YouTube, right? So here if you want to subscribe to our YouTube, just click on it. So it is directly navigating to what, navigating to our YouTube channel, Seoak YouTube channel, right? So this is how we design. Now what I want to do, I want to visit the Seoak website again. So instead of this, I'm going to click what? I'm going to click on this. So see here, whenever I'm moving my cursor towards it, it was changing its background color. So when I click on this button, again it is moving toward the Seoak official web page, right? So this is how usually I have designed, right? Now what I'm doing here, just moving here, right? So now what we are getting here, so see here we are getting off some services. So just I have mentioned like the basic cards, that is like for the data science, like digital marketing, like Power BI, right? So this is how I mentioned. If I click on like some no more, so directly it is navigating to the again web page, where you can find like entire more details about the course here, right? And after this one, what I'm doing here, I'm going to mention what, the collaborations and the partnerships, right? So if you can see here, I have mentioned what, I have mentioned the many things, right? So here we are collaborated with the AICTE, right? So by, if you are going to join in our academy, you are going to get these type of certifications, right? So which is nothing but the AICTE, and the next one is what, ISO certificate, which is having of like 9001 to 2015. And the next one, this is what, this is the another certification, and next one we are having of Startup India certification, right? And now we are the partners with what, Wipro, AWS and Razor Pay. So these are the partnerships, right? So here we are having of an another community, that is what, Seoak developers community, right? So we are having of an other IT company which is included of the Seoak community, right? So that is what, the Seoak developers community here, right? And after this I have mentioned what, about here. So about is nothing but this is about the basic information about our Seoak company, right? So now what I'm going to do after that, so I have mentioned some of the detailings here. So see here, our high partners are 100, success rate is like some 95.8, industry exports like 50 plus, and students enroll like some 10k plus, right? So this is the detailing I have given here. If you can observe here, here we are having of the multiple colors, and after that whenever I move my cursor towards it, it is highlighting the background, right? And next one I have mentioned what, our founders, right? So here we are having the founders like Akila and Shivadat. So these are the two members who are the founders of our CEO company, right? And here I have mentioned what, the footer. So here just what I did is, here also I have mentioned the links. So if you click on it, it will navigate to the pages. So let me show you one thing. So if I click on YouTube, it is navigating to the YouTube page of an ebook. right? So this is one thing. Now what I'm going to do, this is what home page, and if I click on services, directly it is moving to the services automatically, right? So just when I click on the services page, directly it is moving to the services page, and whenever I click on collaboration, it is moving to the collaborations. Next, whenever I click on about, so this is what, this is about ourselves, and the next one is what, contact us. If I click on contact us, it is giving off the footer, right? So this is how I have mentioned, right? I have designed the web page. Now we are moving to what, now we are moving to the coding part, right? So now what I have took is, so I have took the two pages. So the first page is index.html. So it is what, it is an html file, and the next one we are using of, I have created what, the styles.css. It is what, the css file here, right? So this is a thing that I have mentioned. Now what I'm going to do is here in the index.html, I'm going to write the entire structure of an HTML, right? So what is meant by an entire structure? So here, whatever the things that you're having here, right? So whether it may be the image here, whether it may be the buttons, right? So our navigation type. So these all things that we are going to mention within the HTML file only, right? And the next one we are having of what? The style. So CSS is nothing but, already we know HTML is nothing but which is used to create the structure of an HTML. So CSS is nothing but which is used to add the beauty to the web page, right? So this is how we're gonna have. So just let me open. Yeah. So this is how. So first, what I need to do is, so I want to give the partition for each and everything, right? So how the layout we have designed, according to that, first we need to partition our website, right? So according to that, we need to build the code, right? So if in the live, if my old students was present, they already got an idea about this, right? So if my old students are there in the session, so please comment like yes, you're having of an idea, right? So now for the freshers, right? So for the beginners and who have no idea about this one, so just listen carefully, everyone. Now what I'm going to do is here we are having of an HTML, right? So here we are having the HTML structure, that is like the HTML tag. So within the HTML tag, we are having of the head section and body section, right? So within the head section, we are going to mention the hyperlinks over there, and in the body section, what are the content that you want to represent in the browser, you are going to mention here, right? So what I did is, in the body section, I have took the tag called header tag. Okay, now I just closed the header tag. So what I did is, in the header tag, I have mentioned what, all the details about the navbar, right? So here, navbar. So what is navbar? It is consisting of, like, it is consisting of the home button, services, some collaboration, yes or no? So all the details that I have mentioned here, right? So here, if you can observe the code here. So see, I have mentioned what in the body section. Firstly, I have took the header section. So see here, this is what the header section. So within the header section, I have mentioned what, the div. So which is nothing but div id is equals to m1. What is meant by this id? So if you want to deal with the css, so for writing of an in a unique way, or if you want to add the css for the unique elements, so compulsory you need to give what, id. Suppose if you want to add the css for the multiple elements, then you need to give what, they need to add the class here, right? So what I did here, just I have added the attribute, that is id is equals to m1, right? Id is equals to m1. Now what I did here, this is what the div. You can also check like this. So within the div, what I did is, I have took another div, so which is having a an id name is d1. For this one, what I did is, actually I have mentioned what, the image was like Seoak logo. So in the Seoak logo, what I mentioned here, just I have mentioned what the logo, so where you can observe here. So this is what, this is about a logo. So after that logo, what I did is, I took another div which is having of an id name is equals to navs. So within the nav, what I did is, I have mentioned what, the many anchor tags here, right? So within the anchor tag, I have mentioned what, the home page, services, collaboration, about, and contact us, right? So what is use of this anchor tag? Anchor tag is used to navigate from one page to another page, or within the page also we are going to navigate. right? So already you know how you can navigate from one page to another page. And so if you want to navigate in some separate tab, then what you can do, so directly you can mention anchor tag. Suppose if you want to mention in the same one, then you can mention what, target attribute, right? So this is how usually you can mention. So in the header section I have mentioned the div. So within the div I have took what, another div which is used to place the image. And in another div I have mentioned what, the nav, where I can mention all the nav links here, right? So what you can do is, for a good coding writing purpose, what I'm going to do, just I'm going to close this one, because after completion of the this section, you it is best to close the session, right? So because if you close this one, you are having of like an good idea, so where you are going to build the code and where you want to continue there, right? So it is having of a good idea, just close it here, right? After the header section, what it is, I have started the main tag here, right? So already we know header, main and footer, right? So here I have used what, I have used the main. So see here, in the main I have mentioned what, I have mentioned the mini divs, right? So this is just the code, that's it. So to build the entire this website, just what I did is, I have mentioned the basic HTML. So see here, this is how the code will look like. Now what I did is, in the main section, right? So if you can currently observe this one, so after this what I did is, I'm having of this highlighter, right? So which is nothing but it will act like a just carousel, right? So this is having, so to design this, what I did is, I have took the div, the ID is M2. So why I have given M2 is, so in the header section I have mentioned the main ID is M1. So here the main ID is flex 2. So that's why I have given like M2. So you can give according to your wish, right? According to your requirement and according to your wish, you can mention the ID names over there. But you need to remember, ID value should not be repeated again and again. ID values can be repeated in multiple tags, but ID value cannot be repeated again and again, because ID should have a unique one, right? So if you mention the class attribute, you can repeat it for many times, right? But ID should be repeated, should not be repeated many times. It should be having of only the one time. This is a main point that you need to remember, right? So in the interviews also they may ask you, right? So what is the differences between ID selector and class selector, right? So it is very gunshot question for your interview, right? So without asking this question, they are not going to end up with your interview, right? So remember, ID is nothing but ID selector cannot be repeated again and again. Class selector value can be repeated again and again. This should be your answer, right? And the next one we are having is, so what I did is, in the M2, what I have mentioned actually. So see here, I have took what, the M2. So within the M2 I have mentioned what, the div, so which is having of an ID is equals to image. So next what I did is, I have mentioned the anchor tag. So within the anchor tag I have mentioned what, the image, and the image height should be some 200 pixels and width should be some 200 pixels. So see here, this is what, this is an image, right? Now what I'm going to do, why this image was rotating, how it gonna rotating. So here, if you want to rotate or if you want to add like this type of a content, you need to know the animation part, right? So animation which gives you the more highlighting in your websites. So not only the portfolio, whatever the web pages that you want to design, animations will plays a major role as well, right? So it gives like more highlighting to your web page, right? So just by using of this animation, I have designed what, I have designed this logo, right? So I have used it to rotate it, right? So next what I did is, after the image I have took another div which is having, just I have closed this image tag by here. Next I have mentioned what, the div, and next I have mentioned what, ID is equals to txt, right? So in the txt what I have mentioned here, just I have mentioned div ID is equals to L1, which is nothing but line 1, right? For remembering of myself I have mentioned what, ID is equals to L1. So what I did here, I have mentioned hey hi. In the span tag I have mentioned I'm Seoak, right? So see here, why I have mentioned the span, to highlight the text like this, right? So this is how I mentioned here. So after this what I did, I have mentioned another div, and here I have mentioned what, a tech company, right? I have written some text in the paragraph tag. So after that, if you can currently observe this one, right? So see here, I have mentioned what, some of the icons, right? So here, just by learning of an HTML and CSS, it's okay to create the website. But we are having of and another content, right? So another content is nothing but we need to know how to deploy your web page, and if you want to get these type of an icons, you need to know the some of the websites, right? So not all the academies or not all the videos mention you these things, right? So they can all only teach you about like what is meant by an HTML and what is meant by CSS. That's it. But they don't tell you like what are the external, like which is nothing but we are having of like many websites here where we can find these symbols here, right, which is nothing but the icons here, right? So here I have chosen the website called font some icon website. It is like very famous, so most of the developers are going to use this in the real time also, right? So I have used what the font some website. So here we are going to get the icons here, right? So see here, whenever I'm navigating my cursor towards it, it was like highlighting, right? So it is giving off some white color shadow over there. Yes or no? So this can be added using of the CSS part, right? And now what I'm going to do here, just in the main head section. So if you can observe here in the head section, I have mentioned what the link. So here I have linked the CSS one, and the next I have mentioned what link. So here I have mentioned what the font have some link over there, right? So here I have mentioned the icons here. So this is what, if you can currently observe this one, this is what, this is the font have some link here, right? So this is nothing but envelope. Envelope is nothing but, so see here, far solid far envelope, which is nothing but it is a code that is presented in the font tab some, which gives you the icon of an envelope, right? So next after that we are having of like some Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, right? And after that, to create a button, what I did is I have mentioned what the button here. So within the button I have mentioned what visit our site, and that should be I have mentioned within the anchor tag for the purpose of navigating of the button to our Seoak website, right? So this is what this is about our thing. So now we need to move to CSS part here, right? So here it's not enough just by mentioning of an HTML, right? So your website will get more effective when you're gonna add the CSS, right? So what I did is for the body section, I have mentioned what the background color, which is nothing but some light blue color, right? So what I did is I have mentioned what RGB value. RGB value is nothing but, so it is what the red, green, blue. So it is a combination of three colors, right? And after this, what I did is I have mentioned what M1. So already we have discussed, right? M1 id is equals to m1. For the id I have mentioned what hash, right? So here for displaying like that I have mentioned what display flex, justify content space around, and margin top would be some 30 pixels, right? So if you are having often a basic, very very basic of idea of an HTML and CSS, you are going to get like understand very easily, because I didn't use like any advanced technologies here. I didn't use like any like more advanced topics also. Just I have created just by using of the basic concepts of an HTML and CSS, right? So if I have added the more advanced part, so my website is doesn't look like this, it will look more advanced than this, right? So I am going to add like more animation part here, right? So I'm going to add like more content here, right? So but just what I did is for understanding of yourself, I have created what the basic web page, that's it, right? So just I have mentioned what the display, and next one for the image I have used what border radius 50%. So border radius is nothing but which gonna give you like, so which is nothing but which gonna give you the curved edges, so that is nothing but the border radius, right? And for the nav, so in the nav we have mentioned what the anchor tag, right? So in that we have mentioned what I have given like color would be void and the text decoration is none. So text decoration is nothing but it doesn't add so of any underline under the text. So I have mentioned like some font size, margin left, so like this I have mentioned. So if you can currently observe this one, whenever I move my cursor towards it, it is giving off an underline again, again. So to get like this, I have added what hover. Hover is nothing but whenever you move your cursor towards it, it should change its original property and it should add the new properties. So that is what the hover, right? And after that already we have created the m2, which is nothing but the main 2, where we have mentioned like entire box, the which gives you the highlighting of your profile. So this is how I have mentioned, right? Just I have used and see, just I have used and like height, width, border, display margin, border radius, that's it. I have mentioned the basic thing here, right? And this is how I have added the animation part. So if you can currently observe this one. So what I did is actually, this is an actual image. So for the image, what I did is I have mentioned what the animation name, animation duration, and animation iteration count. So what I did is for this one I have written what the animation. So see here, keyframe is round. So because I have mentioned what the animation should be round. So for the 20% I want to rotate it what like y axis. Suppose if you mention rotate x, then it will rotate in the horizontal position. Rotate y means the vertical position. So this is how usually it will present, right? So according to your requirement you need to mention those things, right? So next one what I'm going to do is, so just same as like icons, I have mentioned what icons hover. Just by mentioning of hovers you are going to get what the shadow. Here I have used what the text shadow. In the shadow we are having of two types. The first one is what the text shadow, and the other one would be what the other one would be the box shadow. So box shadow is getting for like for the boxes, and text shadow is only for the text. Box is nothing but any of the content, whether it may be the image or buttons or whatever it may be, right? So this is how usually it will perform. And the next one what I'm doing is, so after this content what I did is I have mentioned what the services. So see here, services is slightly moving, right? So how you can move that? So here for moving the content, no need of like any animation here. So just by using of the marquee tag, right? So marquee tag is used to slide the content here, whether it may be the right to left direction, or left to right, or top to bottom and bottom to top, right? So according to the direction that you have mentioned here, in that direction the content will be moved, right? That is what the marquee tag. So you can also observe here. Let me show you. So this is what, this is a marquee tag. In the marquee tag I have mentioned what the direction would be right. So that's why it is moving from left to right direction, right? So here I have given what id is equal to serve, and I have mentioned what services. So see here what I did here, I have mentioned id is equals to serve, right? So this serve I have mentioned in the header part. So see here, in the header to navigate, whenever I click on the services it is moving to the serve, right? So same as like that, to get that type of navigation you need to mention what the id name. So that is how you are going to mention the content, right? So whenever I click on this services, so see here, in the last one we have created what the cards, right? So same as like that, here also I have created the cards. And here what I did is, in the card I have mentioned the image, that is like some data science image. For every card I have mentioned the same height and width. Here you can also see height is 150, width would be 300, right? So same, height is 150, width 300, height 150, width would be 300. So for mentioning of height and width, so you are going to get what? You are going to get the equal height and width of an image, which gives you a proper, a classic representation in your website, right? So these are the some things that you need to follow for sure. So if you don't follow this one, it will look like unprofessional website. If you follow these basic tips, then your web page will look like very good, right? So this is the thing that you need to follow. So I have mentioned what the thing. After that I have written what, I have written another marquee tag, right? I think most of the students, right, so most of the other students they don't know have an having of an idea about marquee tag. But the students who have learned, who have took the course in our academy, so for sure they are going to get the idea about this marquee tag, right? So here in the second marquee tag I have mentioned about the collaborations and partnerships, right? So what we are having here, here we are having of all the images, yes or no? So see here I have mentioned what image src, like I have mentioned what the multiple images over there. So which gives you the output like this, yes or no? So usually I have mentioned like around 10 images over there. So this is how usually it will represent. If you mention the content in the marquee tag, then it gonna slides like this. Not only the text, you can also pass any images, audios, videos, right? So what are the content that you want to represent, you can also pass in the marquee tag, right? So it is used to slide up the content, right? So after that what I did is I have mentioned the about here. So see here I have mentioned another marquee tag, that is about. So within that I have mentioned what the about of our CO company, right? So and after that I have mentioned what the success, so which is nothing but I have given the success rate of our CO company. So if you can currently see this one, so we have actually trained around 10,000 plus students in our academy, right? Who has having like about around success rate of some 95%, around like 96 percentage, right? So and the next one I have mentioned what our founders of our CO, right? So this is how I mentioned, just I have mentioned the content, and after that I have took another div, and here I have mentioned what in the paragraph I have mentioned the founders, right? So just this is a what, this is just for an idea I have mentioned. This is what, this is a comment line in the HTML, right? So this is a comment line that you need to, suppose if you want to mention any content that is in the comment section, then you can use this one, right? This is what, this is about the comment line. So after this, what I did is, after about, I want to mention what, I want to design the footer, right? So which is nothing but the address of the entire web page. So what I did is, I have mentioned another div. So here I have mentioned the div. So within the div I have written what, the image. So if you can observe the footer here, right? So see here I have mentioned one footer that is like image, and here I have written the text called follow us on social media, that is like email or that is Instagram, LinkedIn or YouTube, right? So here I have mentioned, and here in the last I have written the text called, we specialize in delivering a comprehensive hands-on experience or hands-on practice training come placement program in advanced industrial and process automation, right? So if this was, this is the main highlight of our academy, right? So the students who learn in our academy are going to get what, hands on practice, right? So even though you are joining in the online also, you are going to get what, you are going to get the hands on practice, right? So you are going to get like many projects. So that is the reason I have mentioned these sentences in my web page, right? So next what I did is, for this one I have mentioned what, the div, within the div I have mentioned the image, and next I have mentioned what, follows on social media, and whatever the links that I have copied, what are the icons that I want to mention, I have just copied from the font of some website, and I have mentioned over here, right? So after that I have took another div, within that I have mentioned the paragraph. So within the paragraph I have mentioned the content. So if you can have a look into the CSS also, if you can have a look here, so just see here, just I have used the concepts called the flex concept, background, border, text properties, that's it. So I didn't use anything apart from them, right? So see here, if you can observe correctly, so you are going to get have enough an idea, right? So these are what, these are about the all the stylings about the content, right? So I think everyone gotten a basic idea about the portfolio, right? So just leave how I'm going to design, how I build the code, just leave that one, right? But before apart from code, now you got an idea, basic idea about like how you can create the portfolio, right? So please mention in the comment section, then I can get to know, right? And if you're having of any queries, you can also mention in the comment box. And also I have mentioned what, I have mentioned the registration form, that is like attendance sheet. So in the comment section you can go and fill that form, so that you are going to get the certification, right? So this is what, this is about our entire portfolio. Suppose if any of the student are going to create any portfolio, then what you need to do, then you, they need to mention your logo or else your name here, and you are going to mention the same thing here, right? So instead of services you can mention the skills. And suppose if you are having you're giving the services like doing of a freelancing, right? Or if you are doing of if you are very ready to grow in the internships, anything you can mention mention in the services also. And instead of collaborations you can mention the skills over there. And about is nothing but about yourself, right? So what are the certifications, achievements that you have got, and contact us. So same thing you gotta mention. You need to do what, you need to just do the changes here, right? So to do that changes, you need to know the code here, right? You need to know how you gonna deal with the tags and attributes, that is like nothing but the HTML part. And if you want to add any animation, or if you want to add any highlights in your web page, compulsory you need to know about the CSS part. So without the HTML and CSS, you're not going to build any in the web pages, right? So we are having often a bootstrap also, but without knowing of CSS, you are not going to deal with the bootstrap also, right? So these are like very very important here, right? So this is what, this is about our portfolio, right? So I think everyone is clear about this, right? So if you are having off, I'm going to tell you like I need like more 5 minutes from you. So if you are having of any queries, or if you want having of any doubts, or if you want to tell me anything, so you can mention in the chat box. I'm going to have a look here. So So Teja Tech Works, ma'am, I want program PDF. Okay, fine, Teja. Yeah, I think everybody is clear about this, right? Right, so from our content, that is from the portfolio, if you are clear with this, so please let me know. So Renuka already mentioned clear, ma'am. Very good, Renuka. So remaining, if you're having of any queries or if you are clear, just mention in the chat box. That's it. If you're clear with this, just keep it the message as clear. If not, so if you're having of any queries, please give a query in the chat box. Okay, fine. So Indu clear. Sai Charanya, yes, ma'am. Tanuja clear, right? So very nice. Thank you. Wonderful information. Pavitra, thank you. So right. So very nice. I think like all are having a like clear with this one. Fine. So I want to give you some detailing about our academy. So just let me tell you. Right? So I'm gonna repeat the same thing here. Our academy name is Seoak. Right? So remember, so if you want to build your career, that is in your entire front end or any web full stack developer, so here is a correct path here, right? So our company is what, the Seoak. So here we are providing what, we are providing the multiple courses here, right? So wherever where in the course that you are interested here, you can enroll for the our academy, right? So here first thing I want to tell you is, so the main advantages of your, if you're joining in our academy, right? So the first thing is you are going to get the high weightage certificate from our side, right? So which includes of what, which includes of Wipro and AWS, right? So we are partners with the Wipro and AWS. You are going to directly get the certificate from Wipro and AWS, right? And here I have mentioned what in the comment box. I have mentioned the contact number of our counselor. You can directly do contact with them, right? So the first advantage that you are going to get is, that is your certification, right? So which gives you the high weightage to your resume, right? So all the students is need is this, right? So they need what, they need the high weightage certification. If you don't get this one, if you're done with any of the courses also, there is no use, right? So this is what, this is a main advantage here. And the next one we are having is, so the next advantage is you are going to get what, full-fledged course, right? So full course, right? So you are going to get what, full course. What is meant by full course? So whenever you are including, whenever you are registering with our academy, we are going to provide you with the full course, which includes our front end, back end and database. So for what, for 3 months, for full stack. So if you were enrolled with the data science or AML, they also took what, the 3 months of course. And you are going to get what, you are going to get the entire course from any of the one, right? So next one, this is what the course. So what happened, what you have to do after completion of the course? So here we are going to shortlist the students who has having of like high performance, right? So which is nothing but according to your performance. So we are going to shortlist some of the students here, right? So for those students we are going to offer you the internship, and we are going to give so in the entire duration of the 3 months of course, you are going to have what, you are going to deal with minimum 8 projects, minimum, right? So in this 8 projects, so we are going to see what, we are going to see your progress, and according to your progress we are going to give you what, we are going to give you the pre like paid internships, right? So which is nothing but, so if you are able to build these projects, if you are very good at this building of your projects, so what we'll do, we'll offer you some of the freelancing projects, right? So by that one, so you can learn and you can grow also, right? Yes or no? So after learning of this course, we are going to provide you what? We are going to provide you the paid internships and paid freelancings also, right? So you can build the projects for the customers by taking off on a money, right? So that also you can earn the money like that, right? So even though you're the graduate students or undergraduate, right, whatever it may be, right? So if you're having on a knowledge on the subject, you can do what? You can do the freelancing as well as you can do also paid internship also, right? So if your progress is very high during the course, what we'll do, will give you the scholarship of around 15,000 for you, right? So this is very very advantage for the students, right? So here, if you are having of like more progress, right, if your high if your performance was very high, we are going to provide you the scholarship for you, that is like around 15,000. Ma'am, you are providing of a 15,000 of a scholarship, then what is the course fee? So here the course fee is around 6,000, right? So it is very reasonable for this, right? So here we are providing you the course, entire course, and we are going to give you the certification, and we also provide you the paid internships as well as freelancing also, just for the rupees of 6,000, right? So I think it is very reasonable for you, right? So here, after completion of this, according to your performance, you are going to get what? 15,000 scholarship for you, right? So for ma'am, is this for all? No. So we are going to select only the few students because we are having of only the few slots, right? So according to the slots and according to the students that we got, like in the first one, the first few members, we are going to select those members only, and we are going to shortlist them, and we are going to provide this one. Okay, na? So for not all the students, suppose if you are having of like around 200 plus 300, right? So for all the students, firstly we are not going to provide. For only the few slots, we are going to provide this entire course, right? So if you want to book your slot, so what you can do is directly, if in your chat box, I have mentioned the contact number, directly you can contact with our counselors, and I have mentioned what? I have mentioned the attendance sheet over there. Just you need to fill the details over there to get the certification, right? So now you are going to get the certification here, you can also mention it, right? So if you are interested now only you can directly text to our counselors. So make it fast. So because our section is going to end like around 8:10, right? So until then you need to fill the form. So we are going to select what? We are going to select only, we are going to choose only the few of the students, right? So don't miss this opportunity. It is very very the reasonable thing here, it is very reasonable price, and you are going to get like all these things. It is having a very high weightage certification. Here you are going to get the high weightage certification, and you are going to get the entire full course, that is in the 3 months, with hands-on practice, and which includes of the projects also, right? So for the student, the main important thing is certification and the projects, right? So without projects and without certification, so you're not going to get like any of the opportunities outside. So Sai Charanya ma'am, how to join the 3 months course? So in the before only I have mentioned the number, so please contact to that number. Okay, Sai Charanya. So I have mentioned the number over there, right? So here I have mentioned the attendance sheet also. You can also fill that attendance sheet. Okay, right? So we are having a very few things, how to get participate certification, right? So Banu Venkata Singham, right? So if you can fill the attendance sheet only, then you are going to get the participation certificate. So I have corrected the number ma, so please note the number again. So just I have mentioned, let me repeat the number for you, that is 9502549 362, right? So please wrote down this number, or else let me write you in the fresh page. Just slide me the number. So let me tell you the number, that is like 95025493662. Right. Right. So four members have already registered. Congratulations to those students. I think the number was clear to you. So Srija, how will you shortlist, ma'am? Right. So who are the first candidates? They have registered for our course. The first few students only we are going to shortlist them. Right. So as I said you to you, so we are having of only the minimum slots, not maximum. So who are the students that they are enrolled first? They are having this opportunity for them, not for all. So that's why you need to contact with our counselors, or else you can also fill the sheet, right? So this is the contact number. If not, is this clear? Not here. You can also check the chat box there. So I have mentioned in the chat box. Srija. Okay. Right. Right, 12 students, very nice. Right, I'm repeating you the same thing. So it is very in the reasonable price, that is like around 6,000, that's it. Right. So in the 6,000 you are going to get what? You are going to get the high weightage certification. Next you are going to get what? You are going to get the full course in 3 months. And next thing, you are going to get the 8 projects, and after completion of your course you are going to get what? You are going to get the paid internships and freelancing also. According to your performance, you are going to have what? You are going to have the 15,000 of your scholarship. So if you are having of any queries, you can also mention me. So when will the course start? So according to the strength we got, so according to that we are going to plan the batches here, right? So according to the time, and so we are going to schedule the time slots here, right? So we are having of multiple batches. So in the evening session only we are going to handle like around 5 to 6 batches there, right? So according to that we are going to schedule the batch, and we gonna give you the notification from my side, right? So, ma'am, what is the deadline for the registration? So, today is the deadline for the registration, because, as I said, you right. So, because like around 1K plus students have joined this session, so already some of them also registered, right? So, as I said, you who comes first, we are going to handle the batch to them, right? So, we are going to join the batch. Madam, program PDF, can you sign? Yeah, I'm going to send you, so you can you can just text to the WhatsApp number, right? So because to send you in the thing, first I need your contact number, right? So that's why you can also text to your counselor, so I can get your number from them, and I will share you the PDF program for you. Kanish. Okay. Right, very, very nice. So many students are registering. Very nice. Ma'am, we filled the form. How to reach the certificate? So we are going to send the certificate, that is like in the 24 hours. Within the 24 hours, you are going to get the certificate. To get the certificate, as you said, you need to fill the form. Right? Very nice, Sai Charinya. Okay. right? 14 students were registered already. Very nice. Yeah, sure, Banu. I'm going to send you the program for you. So before that, you need to give a text to the contact number I have mentioned over there. Right? Still waiting for the students. The 14 students were registered already. Only few slots are left. So register fast. So if you're having of any queries, you can also directly call to that number. Our counselors will handle your call. Right, only few minutes are left. We are having of like more 7 minutes, so within the 7 minutes you need to contact to our counselors, and you can also fill the registration, that is like attendance sheet. So if you mention the your details that is within the attendance sheet only, then you are going to get the certificate. If not, no. Right, 17 students were enrolled. Very nice, congratulations to you them. Right. So here the main thing that you are going to enjoy in our academy is, so you are going to enjoy just by building the projects. That's it, right? So if how to get the certificate. So already I said you Shiva Parvati. So you need to fill the form, right? So here please send the program PDF. Sai Charinya, sure, Sai Charinya. I'm going to send you the PDF for you. But before that, you need to fill the form. Right? As you said, you already have filled the form. For sure, I'm going to send you. Okay? But I'm sure. So now we are asking for the source code. But if you can join in our academy, so you're not going to ask the source code because you are going to build the source code by yourself, right? So not only this one, you are going to build the amazing projects, right? So you are going to build the animated projects also just by using of an HTML and CSS, right? So as you seen here, we have developed the project that is using of HTML and CSS. What if I add the backend part also, and what if I add the functionalities, that will look a very amazing websites here. So if you want to build those type of websites, you need to enroll here, right? So Sai Chirinya, and ma'am, are you selecting the candidates based on their performance or students who enrolled first? So first we are going to give you the course first who have enrolled the first, right? And after that, according to the like duration of the course, we are going to observe some of the students and who are having the high progress and who are having like high performance. So according to those students, we are going to shortlist of them, and we are going to conduct a basic interview, right? So after that, we are going to assign you them for like freelancing projects or internships, because the freelancing and internship projects are not just that much easy, right? So we need to train you, right? So and you must and should you need to have some knowledge about that, right? So after that only we are going to assign some paid internships as well as the freelancing also. So if you are having of more queries about this one, you can contact to our number. So what are the number that I have displayed you, and I will also mention you in the chat box. So make sure you need to note the number. If you are having of any queries, you can directly contact with our counselors, right? And as of now, currently, if you are having of any queries, please mention in the comment box. I'm gonna have a look here. Right. So for the program code, which is nothing but this for the source code, if you want to get the source code directly, you can ping the message in the WhatsApp to everyone. So Kishore, I think as you said, you are the beginner. Now it's clear, Kishore. Okay. So last 4 minutes, we are going to close the slots here. We got like actually like many slots got filled here. So to book your slot, just contact to that number, right? So or else just text to the WhatsApp number that I have displayed you in the screen, right? Or else I have mentioned you in the chat box also. Right, Renuka. Okay. right? So last 3 minutes was left. Swami K. Okay, ma'am. Yeah. So we have last 3 minutes. So like most of the students are responding. Very nice, very nice. Yeah. So again, I'm repeating the thing. So if you want to get more details and if you are having of any queries, please do contact with us. So I have mentioned what I have mentioned, the mobile number, that is just give a text to the WhatsApp number, right? Right. So sure, sure. Dora Babu, I'm going to send you the source code for you for sure. So just ping me the message in WhatsApp. I'm going to share you. Right, we have left only the 2 minutes. The 90% slots were booked. Very nice. Very nice, students, ma'am. Attendance sheet not provided. So I have mentioned, again I'm going to mention you. And so if you don't get any certification, you can mention in the chat box. Sorry, you can directly ping me to the WhatsApp if you don't get any certification. Srija, your explanation was very excellent. Thank you, Srija. So if you don't get the certification within the 24 hours, directly you can contact with our counselor. So there I have mentioned the mobile number over there. Just ping a message in the WhatsApp. They will only contact you and they can share you the PDF like certification for you. And I have mentioned the attendance sheet also. You can again give your details in the attendance sheet. Okay, no? Right, we have like left only the last 1 minute. Make it fast and make sure note the number, right? So to get like more these type of an updates and more like these sessions, you need to subscribe to our channel. And the next one, in the next Saturday, we are going to come up with a new concept. So that is like very very interactive, right? So your participation was like very nice and very interactive. Very congratulate to each and every student who got enrolled to our course, right? So for the each and every student who have attended for this session, you are going to get the certification. If not, just ping a message in the WhatsApp. You are going to get the certification, right? Right. So I think the number was clear. Yeah, the time was up. So we have ended with the slots. And if you are having of any query and if you want to enroll for the next batch, so you can also ping me the message for the our counselors, right? So please do like and share, subscribe to our Seoak channel. So here you are going to get the more updates or about like these sessions, right? Thank you so much. Have a nice day.